you one more thing about this before we move on. One of the things I really was struck by when you were talking about all these successful people that you've seen and how they operate is they operate as if they had every advantage in the world, which is, that struck me because I was like, you're right, that's where that confidence comes from. And would you say that's how you operate? And if so, when do you feel that that sort of started in you?
When you're not told, you know, when you're a woman, when you're a minority, you hear almost the exact opposite. You know, you hear the can't. You hear more often than not, no, I don't think you should try to do that. No, you're reaching too high. That's why you hear the groan when you talk about the story of my college counselor, because that sadly it happens too often. And on the flip side, there are people who are never told they can't. Very mediocre, average, as I don't...
Yes! Did you say the A word?
I did not. I didn't actually say it. It was like a bubble in my mind. I think it was left for others to interpret. But I've seen a lot of mediocrity out there. I've sat at tables of high-powered mediocrity. And so, for me, what helped me understand it was getting to some of those tables. Like, let's say Princeton, for example. We have some Princeton students here. You know, so when you're told that you shouldn't even apply, right? You get to the school, and then you look around and go, are you kidding me? Is this who was getting in before me? See, so some of it is having access to the stuff that's so out of your reach. And then you show up and you realize, okay, you're thinking, and I write about this, I'm thinking, well, I'm here because I'm an affirmative action kid. And then I realize, oh, there's all kinds of affirmative action that goes on out here. Let me tell you, when my neighbor down the hall happens to have the same last name as the hall we live in. You know, and then I learn about legacy. Wow, you know, and it's all understandable because schools should want diversity. They want all types of kids. It's just that when it comes to race, all of a sudden, that's sort of like, well, why are we doing this? You know, we let in athletes and musicians and all kinds of people who don't match a certain grade point average or a certain test score. It happens all over the place. But this is what kids of color and poor kids and kids from rural communities don't understand. They walk into those schools and they're thinking, I don't belong. And it's not true. So that's what changes my mind. Going to Princeton helped me kind of go, I see how it works. I'm the only one that's being told that I don't belong. But all these people up in here, and then you go and you compete and you realize that I can hold my own. You know, you see a lot of people flaming out, you know, kids who maybe are smart, but they don't know how to set their alarm. They can't get up on time, you know. They don't know how to do their laundry, you know. They fall apart when they get a C and they quit. I mean, there's a lot of flaming out that happens. We're just so used to being told that we weren't supposed to be there. And so that story continued for me. At every high table I got at that I wasn't supposed to be at, I found a bunch of mediocrity. And I said, well, I'll be doggone. This is how the world works. So I started getting more confident because I would realize that oftentimes I was one of the smartest people in the room. I was from the south side of Chicago, a black kid, not a woman. And so many times, I was the smartest person at the table. And so that's the secret. That's like me coming down from the mountain to tell the truth. It's like, y'all, they scamming you. doing. They're just trying to keep you from doing it. And I'm telling you all this now. So go to college. It's for you. It's for everybody.